Oh yeah!
Welcome to Canadian Armed Forces Fitness, your premier destination for online fitness training in the CAF community. Our mission is to provide dynamic, results-driven fitness programs tailored to meet the diverse needs and wants of our CAF members. Join us for our weekly live and bilingual workouts with options for every fitness level. Engage in our challenges and explore diverse content from mobility sessions to targeted training programs like force evaluation prep. Connect with our community by subscribing to our bulletin and following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to stay informed on our latest updates and events. I'm Coach Saul, and together we are CAF Fitness.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Canadian Armed Forces Fitness Studios powered by PSP. I am your host, Coach Saul. Like always, water nearby, space to work out in. If there's any movements that don't agree with you in your body, or in this case stretches, let me know in the comments so I can give you alternatives for those movements. Okay. Bonjour tout le monde et bienvenue dans le studio des facs en forme propulsé par PSP. Je suis votre hôte, Coach Saul. Comme toujours, avoir de l'eau à proximité, avoir un espace bien dégagé et sécuritaire. Et si jamais il y a un mouvement qui ne vous convient pas, dites-moi dans les commentaires pour que je puisse vous donner des alternatives pour ce mouvement-là, ok, ou pour cet étirement dans ce cas. Aujourd'hui, si vous avez, il faudrait une boîte ou une chaise ou quelque chose pour mettre votre pied dessus dans ce sens-là, dans quelques différents sens, ok. Si modifier par exemple la position d'enfant sur la boîte. All right. So for today's workout or for today's stretching, you're going to need a box or a chair or that is stable that you're going to be able to use for mobility, to put your foot up on, something that's not going to fall over easily. Or you can modify the child's pose, for example, by doing that. All right. Before we get started, though, please make sure that you read our disclaimer, which is on the screen right now. Avant de commencer cet entraînement, veuillez lire l'avis de non-responsabilité qui est affiché sur l'écran en ce moment. Et c'est aussi disponible dans la description de cette vidéo. It's also available in the description of this video. Finally, there is a link towards Wordly in the chat. Wordly is for subtitles, so if you'd like some subtitles, you can click the link and it'll bring you towards exactly what I'm saying. Okay, il y a un lien vers Wordly dans le chat pour les sous-titres où vous pouvez me faire parler n'importe quelle langue que vous voulez. Alrighty, I'm a good talker today. All right, everyone, we are going to start off the new year by taking some deep breaths. So first thing that I want everyone to do is find a comfortable position, sit down. It could even be on that box that I asked you to get, right? You could even sit on your box. I'm going to be sitting on the floor though, practicing my cross-legged position, okay? So get a seat in a comfortable position for you. Okay? And what I want you to do is I just want you to sit proud with a tall chest, rotate your shoulders open. Make sure that your legs are nice and open, yeah. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to inhale for a count of 5, hold our breath for a count of 5. Full, empty the lungs out over a count of 5. Empty for a count of 5. At no point should you rush like anything like that. Okay, I want you to make sure that you're breathing nice and calm. All right. So, forearm, close your eyes if you wish, and inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. proud chest here. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. You can now return to your normal breathing, whatever that is for you. Make sure that you're staying relaxed and make sure that you're focusing on your own body. There's going to be lots of points where I'm going to tell you to listen to your body and stretch a bit further, stretch a bit less. And that's what I want you to do, is just block everything else out right now. If you had them child's pose that I was doing earlier. If you want to use your box or your bed, that put that's fine. But we're going to do a couple of different variations of child's pose here to make sure that you follow along as you can. Okay, so sit the hips, okay, feet close, knees wide, sit the hips back, reaching forward with the arms, push your head through your arms, and breathe. With each exhale, you should be lowering, sinking further into that stretch. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with my live classes, we hold each stretch for about 3 to 5 deep breaths. I know Frank is new, so Frank, we hold everything for between 3 and 5 deep breaths. All right, now I want you to move your left hand to your left and then put your right hand on top of your left hand. And then exhale and breathe through. Same thing, pushing your chest down, pushing your head through your arms. And you're going to feel this a little bit more in your lats. So you're going to feel this in your right side, in behind your armpit, and all the way down your back. Tout en gardant les hanches vers l'arrière. Okay, redressez-vous un petit peu. Main droite sur le côté droite, main gauche par-dessus la main droite et respirez, baissez la tête entre les bras au sol et essayez de reculer les hanches vers l'arrière. Très bien, on revient vers l'avant et cette fois-ci, au lieu de mettre la main droite par-dessus la main gauche, on va garder la main gauche où elle est, et on va passer la main droite en dessous. Alors on va tordre le haut du corps. J'ai déjà eu un crack dans mon dos, un craquement. Alors on veut sentir ça non seulement dans les grandes dorsales, mais aussi dans la colonne vertébrale thoracique. Oups. Pardon. Donc ma caméra donne des pouces en bas. Je ne sais pas pourquoi. Je vais essayer de... Voilà. OK. Et 3, 2, 1. On change de bord. Alors, on met la main droite par terre et on passe la main gauche en dessous. Et on essaie de atteindre le sol avec l'épaule et la tête. Tout en gardant les hanches vers l'arrière. Et on revient vers l'avant. Et là, on peut revenir à une position à 4 pattes, une position neutre. Okay, so we're going to come to this neutral position. Now, because I work on a computer and stuff like that, I have tight wrists. So I'm just going to get us to rock forward and back. Even though we're not focusing too much on the wrists today, we're not going to do a big wrist stretch, but just rock back and forth and push your fingers into the floor to push you backwards. That's it. Okay, all right. So from this position, make sure your knees are under your hips and your hands are underneath your shoulders. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do cat-cow. We're going to do 5 reps. So essentially cat-cow. We're going to inhale as we arch the back. So we're going to dip the stomach downwards, the bum and the head go back and up. And then we're going to round the back as we exhale. And we're going to really bring that thoracic spine, the middle of your back as high as possible. Round your back as much as possible, just like that. All right, so inhale, cow, and cat. Exhale. If you've ever seen a cat stretch, you know this is exactly what it looks like. Inhale, really arch that back. And exhale, and really bring those hips forward and round your back. Inhale, arch the back, and exhale. Two more. Inhale, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. And relax, back to a neutral spine. All right, now staying in this position, but we're going to bring one knee up off the floor, up in front this way. Now I'm going to slide my back knee backwards. And what I want you to do in this lizard pose is I want you to but let your knee fall outwards. I'm not sure if that translates in the camera at all, but I'll turn my mat. Okay, so whichever leg is in front, you're going to let that knee fall outwards, just like that. Now, with each exhale, as we always say, we want to go deeper and deeper into the stretch. So as I exhale, I'm going to lower my elbows a little bit closer. And a little bit closer. I'm going to try and go as low as I can until I'm on the float. But the key thing here is to breathe. If you stop breathing, then your muscles are going to tighten up and you're going to start cramping up and you're going to start panicking. So all right, now sit back, bring your knee into neutral position again. Now sit back and stretch out that hamstring, leaning forward over your front leg. Okay, if you don't have the capacity to lean forward, that's okay. You can just stay up like this. But if you can, try and lean more and more forward to feel more and more of a stretch in your hamstrings. Breathing while you're stretching is just like breathing in life. If you stop breathing, if you stop taking deep breaths, you're just going to panic about everything, right? Deep breaths, calm you down, help you be more rational. Like, okay, my leg's not going to fall off. It's just uncomfortable. All right, let's come on back forward again. Make sure you're all good. And then let's switch legs. Okay, alors on va changer de jambe. Ouch. Oh, I just stubbed my toe on my box. Don't do that. Keep your box far away from wherever you are. Whoo, that hurts. Okay, so 1 foot in front. You're going to drive your knee forward and outwards. Frank knows what I want to say right now. Oh, my toe's bleeding a little bit. Definitely don't keep your box close to you right now. Use it later on in the séance. All right, so, comme je disais, je prends des grandes respirations. Je pousse mon genou vers l'extérieur tout en baissant mes coudes. Une respiration à la fois. Et alors, grande respiration. Et je baisse mes coudes. Grande respiration. Et je baisse mes coudes. J'essaie d'atteindre le sol avec mes coudes. Tout en gardant mon bassin comme carré au sol aussi. Je ne veux pas que vous tournez pour mettre un coude au sol et l'autre coude soit sur le genou. Non, je veux que vous gardez votre posture, une belle posture, carré au sol, square to the ground. I don't know if that translates. Et on baisse les coudes le plus qu'on peut. There we go. And now come on back, sit back. Bring your knee to that neutral position and then sit back into that stretch and lean forward over your front leg. Ok, redressez-vous un petit peu, asseyez-vous vers l'arrière et penchez-vous ensuite vers l'avant. Okay, that's it. RJ's just like a rubber band. She's just folding right in half. That's good. What I like to see. Si vous cherchez une expérience plus interactive, connectez-vous sur Zoom avec moi, Frank et RJ. On apprécierait votre présence. Mais j'adore aussi que vous soyez là, connectés sur YouTube, Zoom, YouTube, Instagram et Facebook. Très bien. Et on revient vers l'avant et on va replacer le pied en arrière. Ok, on va maintenant amener l'autre pied en avant, mais en position pigeon. Ok, alors je lève mon genou arrière, je passe mon pied en avant, je baisse mon genou arrière et j'essaie de amener mes hanches, mes fessiers, tout vers le bas. Ok, prenez une grande respiration et en expirant, baissez les coudes au sol. Okay. Et je pense que j'ai une commentaire. Ah non, c'est quelqu'un avec une longue handle, long nom. Ok. Good job tout le monde. Si vous n'avez pas fait déjà, baissez vos coudes au sol. Ok. Et si jamais vous n'arrivez pas à baisser vos coudes au sol, faites des ondulations. Ok. On peut baisser un petit peu la poitrine et on peut remonter vers le haut, doucement comme ça. Et au fur et à mesure de faire des ondulations comme ça, on peut descendre jusqu'au fond. Très bien, très bien, très bien. Revenez, redressez-vous un petit peu sur les mains, retroussez les orteils et amenez la jambe gauche en arrière et on amène la jambe droite en avant. Okay, so we're going to bring our right leg forward this time, or whichever leg you haven't used yet. And we're going to sit down, try and drive the hips forward and down. Try and keep your hips square to the floor. And while we're sitting here, we're breathing, of course. And while we're breathing, we're trying to get lower. So we're going to try and fold in half like RJ and Frank. They just disappear off the screen. They just disappear. All I see is either their back or the tops of their head. There we go. Deep breaths. The more you bring your foot forward as well, the more parallel you make your shin with the wall in front of you, the more you're going to feel that in your glutes as well. And come on up, sit back, curl your back toes under, and now come on back to a neutral position. And you can just kind of rock your hips from side to side to kind of loosen that out a little bit. And very nice. Okay, next portion, you're going to need your box. Okay, so we did a little bit of upper body stretch, but we're going to focus a little bit more on that lower body. Move this back a little bit. Okay, so what we're going to do now is called the couch stretch. Now you can do this two different ways. One way is to put your front foot up and then bring your back knee down towards the floor. But for me, I lack a little bit of extension in that particular area, or maybe I just need a lower bench or box. This may work on your couch, which is why it's called the couch stretch. The other version that I'm going to be doing, and that I'm welcoming you to take part in as well, is back foot on the box, put the knee down on the floor, and then from here, all I've got to focus on is sitting upright this way. Okay, so I want everyone to set yourself up there. Now I just realized, make sure it's comfortable as well. Okay, so I'm just going to grab something to cushion the box. Whatever this is going to serve as a nice cushion. Okay, so your back foot is up on the box or the bench or the chair or whatever it is that you're using. Okay, from there, make sure that your knee is stable, and then you're going to sit up just like this. If you need an assistant, like a chair or a stool or an engine of a car or something like that hanging in your garage, whatever you got hanging around, a dresser maybe, then you can use that to balance. But if not, you can just balance on your front leg, or just like if you're like a pro, then you can just, like RJ, she's just showing off, then you can do this. Okay, but it's important, if you can't get your front knee off the floor, that's okay, right? But if you can, I want you to try and put your, like if your right foot is on the box, put your left foot on the floor. That way you can really push against the ground with your left leg to get you in an upright position and feel that stretch in your hip flexor and your quads, exactly. Breathing. Squeezing your bum. Squeezing your bum. Now what I want us to do while we hold this stretch is I want us to put your hands behind the head. Okay, and now what you're going to do is you're going to twist towards your front knee, if you can. Okay, inhale facing the front, exhale facing your knee. Okay, now if you've been doing those rotations, I want you to now add something, a twist and a bend towards the front. Then come back and then untwist. Okay, so you're going to twist towards your knee. You're going to bend towards your knee. You're going to untwist and then you're going to come back. Okay? Go, deep breath, twist and bend and unbend and untwist, just like that. Time for one more maybe. There we go. Excellent. All right, hands down on your knee, hands down on the ground to help you get out of that stretch now. Nice job. Okay, do a couple of hip hurdles maybe, just make sure your hip is doing all right after stretching out those quads and the hip flexor. Okay, other foot up on the bench. There we go. Knee to the floor. Front foot. Le pied avant va au sol. Et on se redresse. Et là, je pense que je vais éviter de tordre mon corps dans cette position avec ma jambe droite devant parce que ma hanche gauche est extrêmement serrée, raquée, tendue. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to. It's extremely tight. Yeah. All those words describe it well. Oui. Ok. Alors je suis extrêmement tordu. Whatever I said. Raqué, serré. What else did I say? Tendu. Voilà. Ok. Alors moi je vais peut-être pas faire les torsions, mais si j'en fais, je vais faire moins de amplitude de mouvement. Squeeze your bum, okay? Contractez vos fesses. Mettez les mains en arrière si on veut. Et on va faire torsion, on va tordre vers la jambe avant et ensuite pencher vers l'avant. On va redresser, ensuite dévisser. Okay, mais pour moi, je vais concentrer sur ce côté-là, juste de étirer ma hanche. Okay, so like I said, if you want to twist and bend, do it. Personally, the coach, he knows his limitations, and he's just going to stay here because I got a tight hip. And 3, 2, 1, hands down. Come on, out of that stretch. Do a couple hip hurdles. Make sure you're all good. All right. Next movement that we're going to do is called the knee to wall stretch. Now, this one you don't necessarily need a box or a chair, but actually you don't need anything at all technically. But the reason I say have a target, which again could be the wall, is because it just gets you, having a target just gets you to maybe push yourself to challenge your mobility a little bit, your flexibility, your mobility, your stability. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kneel down in front of my box. Now, technically, the target or the goal of this stretch is to get your knee to touch the box or the wall or whatever in front of you. Okay, we're going to start by making a fist with a thumbs up. Let's see if I can get the... Oh, now my camera doesn't want to do thumbs up. Okay, whatever. There we go. Yeah, but I got my zoomies doing thumbs up. That's what's important. All right, so thumbs up. You're going to put the thumb against the wall, and then you're going to move your foot to where your toes are touching your hand. And from there, you remove your hand. Okay? Now, I'm exactly a fist and a thumb away from the wall or the bench or whatever I'm going towards. Okay? From there, I'm going to drive my knee forward, and I'm going to try and keep my heel down on the ground. So sometimes putting pressure downwards on your knee is going to help keep your heel on the floor. So you want to drive your knee forward without bringing your heel off the floor. And we're just going to stay here. And you know what? If you find it discouraging, like maybe you're pretty far from the wall, that's okay. Inch forward a little bit. That way you're going to be like within a centimeter from the wall or something like that. But what I want you to do is I want you to feel as though it's attainable if we stay here for a couple moments. And what are we working on right now? We're working on the dorsiflexion in our ankle. If you find it's hard to keep your heels down or it's hard to hit depth in your squat, so it's hard to go below parallel, then sometimes it's because of poor dorsiflexion in your ankle. So the dorsiflexion is when the top of your foot gets closer to your shin, right? So if you have poor mobility in this sense, like for example, a lot of hockey players, because they're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, and then their ankles are always tied up in their skates, so they never do this motion. They never do this motion, lifting their toes towards their shin. And so sometimes hockey players will have poor mobility in their squat because they're going, okay, my hips are back, but I cannot do this. I cannot bring my knees over my toes. And so doing a stretch like this is going to help your dorsiflexion. But as we always talk about, just stretching is not enough. Then you got to do the squats with no weight to strengthen, right? Mobility equals flexibility, which is what we're doing now, and stability. Oh, and strength, right? Because if you can reach a range of motion, but you have no strength in that range of motion, then that's just, you're very flexible, but not necessarily mobile. Keep your heel down. 3, 2, 1, release that stretch. And hopefully you got somewhere close to where you were aiming. And now let's switch to the other side. Put my other knee on the pad. Give yourself a thumbs up. Give your coach a thumbs up. Okay, then thumb against the wall. Move your foot close to the hand. And then start flexing. Okay, alors on travaille la flexion dorsale dans la cheville qui va nous permettre d'aller plus loin dans notre squat, par exemple. Okay, il y a plein de sports qu'on joue où les chevilles sont pas utilisées dans cette manière. Et ça peut nous empêcher de, comme j'ai dit, atteindre la profondeur de notre squat parce qu'on n'est pas capable de plier le genou vers l'avant, de plier au niveau de la cheville pour permettre le genou de avancer au-dessus des orteils. Alors cet étirement va nous aider en étirant le soleus, en étirant le mollet, okay? Et aussi en travaillant, il y a un muscle, le tibialus antérieur, I don't know what the translation is, but the tibialis anterior, ça va renforcer cet muscle-là qui est responsable pour la flexion dorsale. Alors, assurez-vous de vous rendre à un point où vous sentez non seulement l'étirement dans le mollet, mais aussi un petit brûlure dans votre tibia. Et bien sûr, on garde le talon au sol et on sourit. Oui. Et 3, 2, 1, on se redresse. Nice job, everyone. All right. Hopefully, that helps a little bit with the lower body. We did a little bit of upper body stretching at the beginning too. We're going to finish off with some breathing now. So I want everyone to take a position on the floor or on the bench or the chair or whatever you were just using. Or you can sit on the engine, whatever. All right. Personally, my hips feel much looser. For those of you who've been following the channel for a while, you may know I have tight hips. And so after doing all those stretches, really stretch my hips out so I can sit cross-legged. Okay. Palms facing up. So open up the shoulders, open up the lungs. Okay. Close your eyes if you wish. And same routine as before, taking a deep breath in. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. In through your nose. Hold. Out through your mouth. And hold. And if your eyes are closed, you can open your eyes. You can roll your shoulders back. You can give yourself a pat on the back. You can give yourself a round of applause with your hands and your feet maybe. All right. Nice job, everyone. I'm proud of you all for joining me today, sticking with me. Thank you. I'm happy. Make sure that you comment. Leave me a comment on maybe some mobility that you'd like to see more in the future. Maybe you have a duty within the calf or something like that maybe I haven't touched on that would help your work in the calf. So let me know through the comments. Log in on Zoom if you wish. And we will see you all. Have a great weekend, everyone. Do not forget, oh my goodness, do not forget about, thank you, Andy, for the fire. Do not forget about Beyond Resolutions, everyone. Beyond Resolutions is for everyone, first of all, but it's a 4-week training program that you can repeat again and again and again and measure your fitness level based on how you do in session 1, in session 2, in session 3. It's a ready-made program. All you have to do is log in on the day that it's released, do the workout, and then keep a note somewhere in a notebook or something like that, like, oh, I did this many reps. That way, the next time you redo this initiative, then you'll be able to hit those numbers or perhaps surpass it. And that is how you improve your fitness, is by measuring it and measuring your success. Ok, bravo tout le monde. N'oubliez pas de Au-delà des résolutions. C'est une initiative qui va durer non seulement le mois de janvier, mais ça va durer après aussi. On peut répéter cette série de 4 semaines, cet entraînement de 4 semaines, plusieurs fois durant l'année pour surveiller notre progrès dans le fitness. OK? Alors, je vous adore. Merci d'être connecté avec moi et on se voit lundi à midi. Bye bye.
Bienvenue aux Forces armées canadiennes en forme, votre destination principale pour l'entraînement physique en ligne dans la communauté d'Espace. Notre mission, c'est d'offrir des programmes de conditionnement physique dynamiques et axés sur les résultats, conçus pour répondre aux divers besoins et désirs des membres d'Espace. Rejoignez-nous pour nos séances d'entraînement hebdomadaires en ligne, en direct et bilingue, avec des options pour tous les niveaux de forme physique. Participez à nos défis et explorez notre contenu varié, des séances de mobilité aux programmes ciblés tels que la préparation pour l'évaluation force. Connectez-vous avec notre communauté dynamique en vous abonnant à notre bulletin et en nous suivant sur Facebook, Instagram et YouTube pour rester informé de nos dernières mises à jour et nos événements. Je suis Coach Saul et ensemble, nous sommes les FAC en forme.